Lemon Amiga presents a Playguide video review. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, welcome to another Lemon Amiga game guide review. This time we'll be taking a look at the 1989 title Drip, which was produced by Art Skiles and released through various public domain outlets. So let's dive in and check this out. So in this game we play as a drip, that's right, a drop of water, who was languishing around a party one day when suddenly the supply of party juice was hijacked by foes unknown. Following the supply hijack, the drip, which stands for Damp Rescuer of Intrepid Parties, finds a maze of pipes leading back to the enemy's lair, and it's his job to rust all the pipes and set the party juice flowing again. Released to the world in 1989, Drip is a game by Art Skiles, who single-handedly coded and scored this little gem, his only game he ever released on the Amiga. The game can be found on CU Amiga cover disc number 35, which is downloadable from the Amiga Magazine Rack website, or you can also find it on the Aminet archives. The game opens with the kick-ass "Yeah" sample and the bar of looping music frames a rather average title screen. The options are pressing 1 for single player mode or 2 for two-player non-cooperative mode, so no two players can play on the same screen at the same time, unfortunately. E to exit to the workbench. I brings up an information screen. So as the game cranks up, you are dropped right in the middle of a pipe maze ready to rust, but just as you are about to leave, you blow a wolf whistle which alerts usually 2 or 3 enemies onto the screen. And controlling the drip is very easy. You move around the pipes, the pipes will rust underneath us. Pressing the fire button will take our character off his immediate perch and onto the one below, and the player is able to move diagonally in mid-drip as well. Once all the pipes have been fully rusted away, the whole screen collapses and the bonuses are collected up and handed out, and any extra lives are awarded at this stage as well. The player starts off with 5 lives, which can be upped by 1 or 2 at the end of each level, depending on how much bonus time is left at the end. If the bonus counter drops to 0 during the game, a life is lost and the bonus counter is reset. There are 16 levels in Drip, and these are all predefined but will often appear in random order. There are 3 standard level themes in the game, with a 4th theme appearing after level 6. The 3 themes are acid, fire and ice. Each level will contain a number of spillover pipes which fire acid drops, ice cubes or fireballs accordingly, and contact with these will of course drop a life. Each level has a number of extra features which also need to be negotiated. The first is a little cloud which can appear at random, travelling left or right on the screen, and this cloud will unrust all our pipes, so meaning the player has to go back and rust them all over again. So the only way around this is to collide with the cloud and pop it out of existence, which can make some frantic dripping when the cloud appears, as the player has to get over there and knock it out pretty quickly. There are also 2 collectible items which literally balloon in from the sides. The first is a yellow star, which upon collection gives us a shield which kills enemies on contact and gives the player 10 seconds of rest time before the enemies appear again. The second collectible is a red heart, and collecting this will make all enemies on screen run straight towards us, so for this reason collecting hearts is not a welcome gift. Finally, one more addition to the game takes the whole thing to another level, and that's the appearance of the bubbles. A bubble will periodically appear at the bottom of the screen and float to the top, and our hero, if he manages to drip into that bubble and collide with it, he will be able to maneuver around the screen in all 8 directions, similar perhaps to the bubble car in Second Samurai. We can then instantly loop the loop around the screen, reaching all those hard to get to places, which include the spillover pipes, which upon contact with those spillovers you will die, so it's much easier to get there in the bubble, more or less, because the bubble gives us protection against those spillover pipes, so we don't get killed. The bubble will last a good 10 seconds before it will flicker out and pop, dripping us onto whatever lies below, so careful manoeuvring there and to anticipate that. And on later levels the bubbles become electrifying parts of the map and us, as we shall see a bit later on. Similar to Pac-Man, exiting the left side of the screen will teleport us to the right hand edge, falling off the bottom of the screen will make us reappear at the top, and in this way the levels wrap around each other, making often quite complex hit and run manoeuvres possible. So there are many things to like about Drip. The simplicity of control, the added dimension of dripping all over the screen is very unique to this game. The enemies too, although few in number, a maximum will appear on screen of about 4. They are really intelligent, they'll cut you up at every given opportunity. Sometimes the enemy will dive at you when you least expect it, or guard on rusted pipes, forcing you to take huge risks, or they will latch onto your tail, forcing you to manically drip yourself out of trouble. I've seen enemies work as a team to drive you over the edge, or into a situation you simply cannot get out of, often leaving the player frustrated, but with a healthy respect for these guys. So the graphics in Drip are quite nicely drawn, certainly enough for a public domain title, and make use of, it looks like 32 colours. The background is a faded blue gradient copper effect, very nicely done, which, although it's basic, is certainly functional. And after every 3 levels of mayhem, the game gives us a break in the shape of a reflex test. On this screen we see 4 targets with a water droplet rapidly moving down the screen. If we hit the trigger at the right time, the droplet will hit the marker and will give us an extra life. If the droplet misses, you don't get to collect that extra life, so the maximum is 4 if you hit those things, or 2 if you miss 2 things, and then we are sent straight back to the pipeline to get rusting all over again. A note about the music: the looping breakbeat music is quite annoying. In fact, the higher you turn up the music, the more annoying it becomes. In the background it's just about bearable, but luckily that changes periodically as well to give the player a break from that. But the sound effects make up for it. They are very bold and meaty, with the excellent that kind of thing, especially crunches when the player hits an ice cube. That's a very painful sound indeed. In fact, the only downside to Drip is its longevity. As I say, the electro traps after level 7 or so really do take their toll and become impossible, and takes this game from a really playable early game. I'd certainly give this a 10 playability for the first 6 levels, no problem at all. But after level 7 the playability takes a dive bomb, so I'd only give it a 1 perhaps, because it's just impossible. Certainly when you find yourself losing life after life on the later levels, it really spoils the game and takes away that longevity. And this is a real letdown. As mentioned already, this game, with the sound effects and everything else, is a really good game. It'd make a terrific Android app or an iPhone app, even in this day and age. And even though it's difficult to master, I feel the game is very rewarding, particularly early on, and is justifiable to play until it gets beyond the realms of sanity or reason. So we'll see those hard levels a little later on, but for now, let's get one more drip, which puts us up to 11, and check out floor 5. And on this level, you will get to see how to lose 10 lives in rapid succession. I'm on 11 at the moment, and now I'm on to 10. This level 5, as I said, the levels do appear at random, so you might get this earlier or later depending on when it appears. On this level you'll find it looks like 7 spillover pipes there, and each one of those is deadly unless you manage to get yourself in the bubble, that is, and the bubble is an electro bubble, and that will flash again at complete random and electrify the pipes and electrify you if you collide with it. So it's hard enough trying to make headway on this level with 3 enemies now, and spillover pipes and the bubble, but that's what makes this game unique and highly playable. Time in it there, jump across the screen, and again, even jumping off the screen there to get those extended pipes all over the map is again a very handy feature. And I'm avoiding the middle section because of the spillover pipes, but desperate to get that cloud before it unrusts the hard work I've just done. I can't manage it, so all I have to do is get in there and rust them all over again. Still waiting for that bubble to get the hard pipes. Let's see if I can get anywhere near it. Nothing on that one. Avoid that guy. Oh, you see, they can so easily track you across the map. They aren't stupid, those guys. And I have to say the AI in this thing definitely gets an 8 out of 10. Finally into the bubble now by being brave, and I find out that the bubble does not protect us against the enemies, unlike it protects us against the spillover pipes. So again, watch out. Miss the bubble, hit the pipe. So now we're down to 5 lives. Again, missing out on the central section just in case we get fried by those spilling whatever they are, fireballs emanating from those pipes, whilst avoiding the enemies as well. Tried to box me in there, not quite, so I've rusted all the easy pipes now. I definitely need a bubble to finish off this level. If I don't hit the fireballs, now we're down to 4, so waiting for that bubble to appear. Right, this is it this time. Get in there. Unlucky. Right, this time, this is it. There's 3 lives remaining. We have to get the bubble to get those extra ones. So come on. And I'm in there. So I can get this central pipe without dying. That's terrific. I can get these little spillovers that kill us instantly. And look at the enemies. They know I need to rust those pipes. They know that that's the area to go to. So they're, look at that, all 3 in one spot. I have to judge my timing there. Oh, unlucky and lucky at the same time. So I've just got that little section to do. Get in there, and they're really crowding me out there, and just kind of lure those guys. What happened there? Oh, the bonus ran out. You get 99 seconds, and I used it all, and I still haven't completed this level. 1 life remaining. Let's see if I can do it. Biding my time there, trying to lure them off the screen. It isn't working because this guy knows what I'm about to do, and I've done it. Thank God for that. Gee, that was a hard level, and it doesn't stop there. As I say, that was only level 5 out of 16, so let's grab that bonus and check out level 6, and because of that bonus remaining we get 3 lives back, and we've cracked the 100,000 points score, so maybe we can get a higher score for this one. This is level 6, which is usually level 6 actually, and this is the beginning of the electro traps, and it's difficult enough trying to avoid these things. You have to time that jump to get in between those, and then on to the next level, and the next one, and so on. The central levels there are pretty easy to rust, as long as you avoid those ice cubes, but it's the sides that cause the real pain. So let's see what we can do about that tricky time in there, and missed it. And this is just the first electro trap level, and as I say, the others are impossible. So let's just get on there. And what do you do? Well, how do you exit those? I've never quite found out the answer to that without dying. So let's at least get some of the middle sections done, and then that saves that life. Just got 2 left. Watch out for those ice cubes. So with a bit of luck now, I can just rust that extra section. Ooh, what a sound that is. What a body cruncher. So last few to get now. And then we've gone to the hardest section of the game. The next section of the game is actually the last level I've managed to get up to. I haven't been beyond the next level. But if I can get there, that is, on 0 lives remaining. Just a little bit to go. That's it. So it goes without saying almost that I have maximum respect for this little public domain title. And the playability, as I say, the sound as well, terrific. I'd certainly recommend playing this. From level 7, however, it all changes, and we are taken to a 4th scenario, namely the electric levels. Here we must use our skill to navigate between electric traps which litter the area, and the electro screens start tough and get harder until they become impossible. And players who get this far know electro traps mean a certain and total frustration and death. And 8 levels and the laser battle later we'll reach the final boss, which, as you can tell from these screenshots and these electro levels, is impossible by the time you get there. And I've never known anybody get there without infinite lives. It requires relentless dedication to beat those levels after level 7. In fact, this reviewer bets you'll never ever get there without cheating. When all the lives have been flushed down the toilet, we are given the final humiliation of the high score table, where we can enter and save our high scores. So, thank you for viewing my quick play guide to the legendary Amiga PD Classic Drip. Hope to see you again soon. Cheers.